Welcome to the Photomochi Review, Episode 2. Today we're reviewing the DJI Mini 4 Pro. I'm your host, Bilal Khan.
And I'm your co-host, Daniel Hakason.
The quick intro about this drone is that we get the new remote control Gen 2. Something with this that now you have antennas on top. It's a little bit darker gray. It's a little heavier. You have nicer C1, C2 controls. You have a bigger fan. You have nice little heatsink right here. And you no longer have a cover to cover right over here. So pretty sick. Nice joysticks. I think I like these joysticks maneuverability better than the original Gen 1. Yeah. That's the biggest difference right there. That's all about the controller. Best controller out there. You actually, with the new OM4 image transmission, which comes with the DJI Mini 4 Pro, you get up to a 12-mile range between your drone and the controller itself. Sometimes that's good, sometimes that's not, because you get radio interference. And when a radio interference happens, you can probably drop that down by like half or by, like 8 times the amount. So probably you can go back down to like 2 to 4 mile difference. And that all really depends on your area and your signal and everything that happens with your FAA location, especially here in the US. So you have to obviously be permitted to fly this regardless. I'm on a roll here.
Yeah. Just keep going.
So,
is this a good drone for beginners, would you say?
Yeah, I think this is the best, most perfect drone for beginners because of the fact that it has so many automated features that anybody can pick this up if they've ever used like an RC helicopter when they were younger. Yeah. So the only difference now is that you have a viewfinder, which is a camera, and the gimbal that's controlling it, and the fact that you can control all those controls, as well as find your geolocation and return to home and do all these automated features. It's a perfect, device out there. It's so lightweight too. Like you pick it up, it feels kind of flimsy, but it's not. Yeah. Like you literally have to put it all, back together here, folds up, and very simple. The blades don't get in each other's ways. These propellers are really nice. Has a nice cover overall. And, in this small little compact form factor, you get full 4K 60. All right, thanks for joining us outside in Menlo Park. We're here with the DJI Mini 4 Pro filming us while we're walking. He's filming. So we're going to be talking all about its features, such as active track. Let's go ahead and get right into the tech specs. The new update as compared to the Mini 3 Pro to the Mini 4 Pro is having the Omni obstacle avoidance sensors. Yeah. Basically, you have front sensors, rear sensors, bottom sensors, everything for obstacle avoidance. Same settings as the Mavic 3 Classic, where you have the same 12,800 ISO for night mode, but also your obstacle avoidance turns off in night mode. So just be aware that in settings around the sunset, that once it gets too dark, in certain situations, the Omni obstacle avoidance shuts off. But it's still a really good feature to have because it prevents a lot of potential damage that could happen to this drone.
Yeah, that's true.
You can shoot 4K 60 horizontally, vertically for multi-purpose. You can get multiple takes, multiple shots, especially when you have multiple batteries. That's the cool thing about this. When you get a Pro combo, you get multiple batteries with it. It's also really cool that the new joysticks are basically have updated algorithms and movement patterns. Its delay system is basically, it's not as delayed as the other ones, like the image transmission as well as the control transmission systems with this thing. Its OM4 transmission is pretty good. Last one I used this drone, I think would have to be in Sausalito for a corporate project. Even though we didn't have the Mavic 3 running, we had this as a backup, and this was amazing. It's literally a main of its own. So if you use this, you can use it for like real estate shots, basically really wide shots, really close-up shots, and this drone will handle it all. Really, really cool overall handy drone. Super lightweight, and it feels like you can break it easily, but it won't. No. It's pretty sturdy as it is. Really cool compact design. I want you to angle just diagonal towards it. Yeah, perfect.
I have a challenge. Okay. What if I juggle the ball on the other side here towards the sun, and you're going to try to active track me?
Golden hour juggling?
Yeah.
All right then, let's go ahead and do it. But where's the ball?
Here,
Okay.
let's go.
All right then. Recording. Settings are set. Launching drone.
Takeoff.
Woo!
Home point updated.
You better get me cinematically here, Chris.
Yeah, 1 second. All right, so cool feature about this drone mid-flight is that I set the parameters of how I want active track to go down. Basically, I set how far I want it to be from him, the height, how I want the overall shot to look. I kind of want him in the middle, and I want the drone to be a little closer to him. So now we're gonna be in cinematic mode. We're gonna go ahead and be super slow. We went ahead and squared him off. After we square him, then we can choose point of interest to orbit him. This is one really cool feature, is that I can just capture him like this. Look at how well this is. It's capturing everything wide, super wide lens, 1x1.3 sensor, really good dynamic range, can shoot D-Log. Look at how well it's capturing him and avoiding us. We were right in the middle of that and doing it. So now let's go ahead and stop and let's do active track. So now let's go ahead and let's trace him first, show you how well that works. Dan, start moving. Look at that. I can control the gimbal and keep him in shot. Wow.
Takeoff.
Take off.
Home point updated.
That all looks so good.
Right?
Wow.
Look at that sunset. 4K 60. This is really good. Even if it's not DCI 4K, this is still really, really amazing quality. I mean, look at this. You can even mess with the drones.
Wow.
Gimbal movement, go down to the water. Let's go straight. We're taking this past the power lines. Set it all up over here. We have that. 2 minutes, 20 seconds. Large length. Then go back to medium. And let's go ahead and start.
3, 2, 1.
I even see here on the map in the corner how it's moving. That's so cool.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so basically it'll show you how it moves. It's in its own little cinematic master shot mode. So what happens with master shot is it's in 4K 30, sets its own settings in auto, and it captures the best of the best. So in my opinion, at least it's the best of the best. It's really good quality for what it is. It's not as good as a Mavic 3 Cine, but it still gets the job done. You know, it's always that great backup. I was doing a droney. So it has its own outline map of what it's about to do. And you can check on its location and how it's going to move and its flight pattern. Everything's kind of backed up and ready to go. Now you can switch back with the RC controller. And now it's circling from very far. 15%, 17%, 18%. Continuing until it goes all the way to 100%.
Can you do different versions on this, or is it just circling around?
Look,
Ooh, it's doing it on its own.
pitch up and fly forward.
Aye, aye, aye.
Told you it has different movements for every kind of shot that you could think of. So it's all pre-programmed by DJI. So you look, I'm just holding it.
Yeah.
It's doing it all on its own. Really, really cool. Roll plus fly forward. Look at that.
Oh.
I've never seen that one.
Oh.
Circle close? Oh, the zoom. I forgot about the zoom. Zooming into the water. Very nice reflection of the sunset. Thanks for joining us outside for this demo.
Let's get back to the studio.
Let's do it.
So Bilal, I know you have taken a lot of photos with this drone. How do they come out?
They come out amazing. You don't have a variable aperture. You do have a fixed aperture. Overall, it's a 1 to 1.3 inch sensor, a really good sensor overall. It's a good wide landscapes, clear landscapes of 12 megapixels or 48 megapixels, your choice. It doesn't have pixel shift or anything like that, but I think that's a Sony feature.
Mm-hmm.
But The photos overall are amazing. You can do burst photos as well in 12 and 48 megapixels respectively. You can manually expose for your shutter speed and ISO. I'm not sure you can actually use your aperture on this one. The Mavic 3 allows you to go from 2.8 to 11. This one does not, but that doesn't make too much of a difference.
No. So like, in what setting is your like preferred setting for photos?
Photos, 48 megapixels easy. I would always go for 48 megapixels. I'm more of a quick shooter sometimes, and I also do like photo editing. So I would choose the 48 megapixel settings, and I would choose to manually expose my white balance, my shutter, my ISO, and you can do all that with this drone.
Yeah.
I think that's why it's a really good drone. If I'm shooting a movie, depending on what I'd shoot, two things that come to mind right away: cars and surfers, or on the beach.
Yeah.
Beach soccer is another one I keep filming, and I'm just recording for fun at the moment. I would use this drone in that situation. I would also use this in FPV mode and use it to capture surfers. And I think this drone is really good at doing that, even at high speeds. It's a lot better than the Mavic 3 in that sense, because the Mavic 3 feels like a big monster coming at you, you know, and then it has to
agile.
stop. Yeah, this thing feels like, oh, okay, it's right there, it's coming, but like it feels like it'll stop itself, you know. And I feel like this thing is smarter than the Mavic 3 Classic slightly. Thank you for watching episode 2 of the Photomochi review.
We'll catch you on the next one.